before you go
Right.
on tape, right?
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Crypto Campfire podcast. This is the Professor.
And Mitch.
And if you haven't noticed, we're sitting here with Alex Mashinsky, founder of Celsius Network. This one's been a long time coming, and we're really excited for this one.
Yeah.
You guys have heard our podcast with Rafi. He was the community manager for Celsius. Funny story, we were reaching out to Celsius on Twitter to try and get sit down with you. I saw you at Block Show and you debate with Nouriel and all that. And it was like the fire, man, the passion
Right.
is great. Like you get going and I love it. It's great. And so since then I've been trying to nail you down. Rafi actually got back to me and was like, well, how about I come on the show? And that was
good.
amazing.
Listen,
There was some really, he's got some
Good
cool
initiative.
stories.
Oh yeah, it was
Cool
awesome.
guy.
Yeah.
Good
Oh my
guy.
God, that was one of my favorite.
Yeah.
You know.
So we're sitting here doing an interview, and I see you sitting over here, and I was like,
yeah. Right.
nail it down.
Lock him up, yeah.
Exactly.
So welcome to the Crypto Campfire.
Sure,
Exactly.
Good to be here.
Why don't we start with tell us about Celsius Network?
So Celsius is a membership organization. It's like you have to think of it like as Costco or Amazon. It's a company that is trying to act in your best interest, right?
Okay.
It's that's the most important thing we do. We pay interest. We help you with store your coins. All of that stuff is because we're trying to act in your best interest. And the reason we started that is because no one really acts in your best interest.
No.
You know, it's I'm an immigrant. You know, I came to this country with nothing, and no one helped me out. You know, and when I see again half of Americans don't have $400 in case of emergency.
Right.
Half of Americans making $15 or less. I think that we need something that acts in their best interest. Something
Something
company,
not to take advantage of, but to help with.
Yeah, and that's why we pay our interest Monday morning. You know, it's hard enough to start the week.
Right.
How about getting some interest first thing in the morning when you wake up? You know?
That'd be a hell of a way to start the week, right?
It is, and these are little things, but the little things that change your day, they change your week, they change your attitude,
Right.
and
They change your future.
they change your future. Exactly.
I love that
So-
mentality of having things that may be a little bit more positive instead of just trying to focus on absolutely being the most efficient as possible. Maybe do something a little bit nice, like Monday morning interest statements.
Yeah.
So, that's cool. It's
It's
cool.
a good way to
So
start
look,
the week.
I did 7 startups before Celsius,
Right.
right? And raised over $1 billion and had a lot of exits, a lot of success. And my entire career, if you think about it, every time you take money from investors, you have to return money to investors, right? You're not thinking about, you are trying to do stuff for your customers, but you're not really thinking about your customers. You're thinking about your employees, you're thinking about your investors. And if you look at banks or financial institutions, we got to the point where they have to deliver more and more and more every quarter to to their investors, and there's only one place for them to take it from, and it's from their depositors.
Right.
So, the top 4 banks took $34 billion in overdraft charges from the poorest Americans in the
Right.
country.
It's crazy,
right? I mean,
isn't it? It's insane.
That should be illegal.
It costs you money to be poor.
Exactly.
It does.
It costs you money to. They can't take it from me.
Nope.
I'll leave the bank in a second if you
Right.
charge me a fee, right? I get all my services for free. I don't pay ATM fees, I don't pay checking fees, I don't pay any fees,
Yep.
right? Because they'll do anything to keep me as a customer in their bank. So we said, okay, what if we create an organization where we don't do anything for the shareholders? We do everything for the depositors, right? So the success of Celsius is not because we invented some new, whatever, like a new blockchain, or
Right,
we created
right.
something. It's all about who are you focused on, who are you working for, right? Who are you doing this for? And people realize that. People,
Right.
when they, in the beginning, they're all skeptical. They'll be like, yeah, right.
Sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you
Well,
live in
anybody
Manhattan.
that feels they're going to
bullshit.
benefit is concerned from that because
Exactly.
it's never been about the people.
And no
it's
one else
always
has
been
done
about
that.
the individual, right?
Right.
And the individuals, companies, corporations, all taking care of their own
Yes.
and not focused on the people,
Right.
And I think that's where the world needs to go, right?
Because normally that is not a profitable proposition. Normally, if you focus on your customers, there's not enough left for your shareholders
Right.
and investors.
Right.
So then you lose one or the other. But with the internet, especially with the internet, we've seen that some of the most successful companies ever are giving everything back to their customers, right? Like Costco or Amazon or, for example, WhatsApp. right? WhatsApp doesn't charge you anything.
No.
You get the service for free.
Right.
Right? They give 100% back to their customers, to the users.
Right.
So there are enough good models of how to do that.
Yes.
We just decided to focus on doing that with the banking or finance institutions. Because it just became egregious. I mean, they're just stealing from us every day,
Exactly.
and nobody's doing anything
The
about
greed
it.
has just gotten so ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
They didn't
you know?
even started on like exchanges. And shit like
There
that.
needs to be a new
Money
word
flow
for it
and-
because greed doesn't even cover it
It
anymore.
should be illegal.
It really doesn't.
It should be illegal.
It should. And,
Yes.
I mean, charging these outrageous fees, even exchanges nowadays, the amount of fees that are charged on an exchange, just to make a transaction is
Most people don't
absurd.
know that. Most people don't pay attention. They don't understand the
Right.
bid and
The fee
ask. They
structure,
don't understand
yes.
the maker fee, taker fee.
There's a different fee for
Exactly.
maker buys.
Yeah.
Exactly. So if
But
you're
they're
pro,
outrageous.
Either way.
Most
because
of
they're
them.
trying to get you.
Yeah,
You know, They're
exactly.
trying to get you, and so anyway. So we don't sell you Bitcoin. We don't sell you Litecoin. We're not in that business, right?
Right.
We're basically saying, look, you got to go get it somewhere else. Our job is just to yield as much as possible because we really
Because
a
of it.
hodler, right? We're a hodler community. Right?
Okay. Okay.
The people that stick with Celsius are people that don't trade every day on Binance or Coinbase.
So
They
all
wanna
of
lock up their
all of
coins
our
and earn interest
listeners
on
that
it.
have wallets that you keep your stuff in, look into Celsius Network here because it's a chance for you to store and actually gain interest
Right.
on that money.
Yeah, because so we pay whatever 4 or 5, even 9% interest, annualized interest on these coins.
Okay.
Most people don't understand that when you buy a Bitcoin and you leave it with the exchange makes money on that Bitcoin.
Yes.
You think it's just sitting there and not doing anything.
No, they're making money on
but
it.
they're making money on
They're
it.
not
Right.
stupid.
Just like Fidelity makes money on your Apple stock or your Google stock or your Tesla stock because they rehypothecate, they lend it out to other people, right? And they charge fees for it. They just don't give you any of it.
Right.
So what we've done is we basically said, look, we know all the tricks of Wall Street. We know how all these people make money. How about we do all of that, but give 80% back to the depositor, but give 80% to the guy who has the Bitcoin or the
Right.
Litecoin and so on.
I love it.
And we've paid millions of dollars. We've paid more Bitcoin to more people than all of our competitors put together.
Wow.
Okay?
That's pretty impressive.
And now everybody's trying to copy us. Now,
Right.
Coinbase
Oh, yeah, for
announced
sure.
they're going
You
to
do a
pay
good job at it,
interest.
and they're all coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah,
and-
right.
Binance announced they're going to pay interest. We forced the biggest guys to cough up cash.
Exactly.
And that's
I love
great.
it.
That's
I
awesome.
love it.
Give me
I
some
just-
of that.
It's like that's what we wanted, right?
Right.
It's not just about us being successful. It's about forcing these thieves to
Yes.
cough up some
Precisely.
cash.
Right, and and give this opportunity to everybody, and quit putting only the opportunities to the wealthy and to
Exactly.
the rich, because we all should share in life, right?
Yeah.
And all should have a quality of life, just from a humanitarian standpoint, let alone a financial standpoint.
Yeah,
right?
like it's not about dying with the most money is not the winning
No.
lottery ticket.
Oh,
It's
come on,
not.
that's
You
what they
don't,
always
you don't
told
go
me.
through a
Oh,
different
they're wrong.
gate. It's not like there's a special gate that says the guy with the most money, turn
Wins.
left right
Right
here.
here.
Right.
CSA
Live
pre-check on the
forever,
left.
live in heaven forever. No, we all go through the same gate, So,
Exactly.
so what, when you look back at your life, it's all gonna be okay. How many people did you help?
Right.
Did you make the world a
Exactly.
better place, right?
Yes.
What did you do when things got tough, or when you had to make a good choice or a bad choice? What choice did you make?
Right. It's
So-
that path, right?
Yes.
We're all on a
Yes.
path. We're all on our
Yes.
own path. But at the end of the day, that path all comes to one point, right? And that's just, to me, that's just a beautiful end to a quality of life that most people have never had a chance to experience, right?
It just that, look, most of us have to make compromises, right? When you have to pay your mortgage and you
Yes.
have to pay a car and your kids need money and your wife is asking for an upgrade and whatever, like we all know that, right?
Yeah.
So that's when you start making those compromises. That's when you start making decisions that are not in your heart, in
Right.
your core,
Right.
right? And a lot of it has to do with the fact that you're being squeezed by all these other financial institutions, right? I mean, it's not that you're not working hard. Most of these people work two jobs or 3 jobs. They work weekends and they can't make ends meet. So,
Right.
so how is that? You
So let me ask you this,
And
how
it's
does-
mostly, so the answer, I have an answer for it too. I came prepared.
Okay.
It's that your money doesn't make money. You understand? Like if
Money
you-
should make money.
It should make money. Like
Yes.
20 years, when I came to this country 30 years ago.
Interest 30 years ago was
Yes.
4 or 5%.
How about 7? I came 30 years. I came to the United States exactly 30 years ago. You could walk into Citibank deposit dollars and earn 7%.
Yeah.
You know?
Now you
crazy.
can't even earn
So
a
crazy.
full percent
Exactly.
on
It's a fraction of a
anything.
percent.
Yeah.
So your money used to make real money.
Right.
Right? And now there is no way. I mean, we bailed out the big banks.
Yes.
Right? We did. All the
And we
Americans.
get stuck.
And then we get stuck with low
Yeah.
interest rates, right? I mean, like, what
But
kind
high
of deal,
interest rates for loans.
What kind of deal is that?
Yeah. Oh, wait. We'll give you our money to hold in your institution, and you'll only pay us a very
Nothing.
minute percentage of it. But if we want to borrow money from
It's
you,
still high, yes.
you're going to charge us 14
when the
and
Fed
15%.
when the Fed lowers the rate, right? They lowered it, then they lowered it again. You don't see the credit card rates come down.
No.
They should be.
Did the bank send you an email saying, "Hey, look,
Hey, good deal.
that 24% interest that we used to charge you, it's now 23."
23.2. Yeah, exactly.
But it
Look,
all
you-
boils down to greed, right?
greed,
And
yes.
it's
greed.
greed is just such a powerful.
But we celebrate
emotion.
the people. We celebrate Jamie Dimon. We celebrate Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett's the largest
Wait! Who the hell celebrates it? Because you ain't finding
We
no
as a
celebrating
society-
here.
The way though, right? I
We
mean,
as a society
they were the
Yes.
original stepping stone.
celebrate. If you look at how many people follow these people on social
Right.
media and everything else, they
And
have
worship the
tens
ground
of
they walk on.
millions of
Yes.
users because everybody wants to be rich and famous like Warren
But what those
Buffett
people
or like
don't realize
Jamie
is
Dimon.
that the ground, worshiping the ground they walk on are the backs that they're walking on.
Look, Warren Buffett is an amazing investor, right? But he's the largest shareholders of Wells Fargo.
But
How
he
does
has no
Wells Fargo-
crypto.
But I know.
Yeah, he's
Whatever.
Well, we're not gonna.
How much Bitcoin do you think Warren Buffett has?
Zero. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. That's a
But
fallacy, and you know.
Wells Fargo opened 22 million fake bank accounts because they couldn't steal anymore, right? They ran,
we
they
couldn't
ran out of
steal
things
anymore.
to steal.
I love
okay,
it.
we can't charge more on the credit card. We already exceeded the usury laws. You know, we can't. We already took everything out of our customers. We already charged them for the overdraft and everything. We still have to deliver more to our shareholders, our largest shareholder, Warren Buffett. What are we going to do? Let's go open fake bank accounts and charge our customers $20 extra a month so we can deliver that
It's
profit.
crazy, isn't it?
Okay?
But they get away with
It's
this shit.
lunacy. Not a single person went to jail.
No,
Nothing.
it's horseshit.
Now, if I stole $20 from your pocket right now,
right?
Yeah.
and you
You'd be in
complain,
jail
what would
before
happen
the
to
end
me?
of the day.
Poof, like
Yep.
this, and
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to get bail, and I would this, and I would that, and my entire life would be ruined in a
Well,
minute.
being from your Tel
Seriously,
Aviv, I probably would have a hard time with that.
Yeah, right. No, but the
He
point
kicked
is,
my
the point
ass.
is, the rules do not apply equally.
No,
and the
right.
beauty of the crypto world, the beauty of Bitcoin, Ethereum, all these other
It gives
currencies,
equality to people.
It's disconnected from that world. It's a
Right.
completely different world where we get to set the rules, all of
Yes,
us,
yes.
right? So people have to understand that, and
The rules that benefit the user and not
Exactly.
the creator.
because we create them,
Yes,
right?
right.
Warren Buffett didn't create these rules. Wells
No.
Fargo didn't create these rules.
No.
So if we want to create a new financial system that acts in our best interest, your listeners, your viewers, they have to take action,
Yes,
right? They have to
yes.
come in. They have to support the community.
Exactly.
They have to enlarge the community, and that's where we're failing. Like if you look at this conference, you know, this is not a good view.
No.
You know, we're not going in the right direction.
No.
Right?
There's a kind of sparse.
Well,
Yes.
you know what
It's
happens?
sparse here
What
right now.
kills me, what happens, all of a sudden the market goes down due to manipulation. There's no question about
Yeah.
it. You can't say the market's where it's at today, not because of manipulation, right? But you get people that just, their faith is so weak into what their beliefs are so weak
Well, because
in the
they're
true
in it
crypto.
for the money. They're not
right.
in it for
they're not
the,
in it for
You're
the
in it for
movement.
the heart.
I'm in it for the heart. I'm in
But
it for the
they're in
people.
it for the money.
Exactly.
So-
and the ones that are in it for the money are the ones that are not here right now.
You cannot convert
They're the weak
speculators
hands.
into hodlers. Okay?
You can't.
You can
cannot.
try. You can try.
No.
Yeah,
all day.
you
You
can
can
I'm
try
sorry,
all
you
day.
cannot.
They've
We
got
we
that
need
excitement,
all those people who are watching you right now. You need to find the people who have heart, the people
Exactly.
who want to a change,
Yes.
people who want to invest, are willing. You know, it's like Jesus getting disciples. You know, it's like.
You want to see an example of this?
This is a religion.
All right.
Okay,
right?
so
It's a
we're
religion.
gonna show you the seed map.
Here's an example of this. So
Right.
this is something that happened. Red Cat Life.
Poly P,
Polly P. So
Change
she was
Angel.
out there with these Litecoin cards, just
Yep.
throwing them all over the place. And then Polly had the idea, hey, why don't we put these on a map and let's just see what
Where
happens.
they're
right?
using it,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. And so Change Angel saw that, and the very same day they put a map up on their website. You can go there, see where the seeds were planted.
Yep.
You find the link to tweet. Let's go back. Let's zoom out. That was
Yeah,
the
it's,
U.S.
This is a
love it.
world view,
Yeah.
right?
3
Where
weeks
all
and
these
it's
seeds are
worldwide.
being planted.
So you
Yeah.
know, just little steps, and it's not just Litecoin. There's seeds for all kinds of different projects. Mostly
Yes.
all non.
Did
We,
you
we have
find-
an exactly the same map. I
Nice.
have it right here. Which is exactly the same thing, right? And we have 50,000 people right now from all over the world that are using this stuff.
Right.
And you know, we get letters every day saying, hey, you know, you changed my life. I believe in the future.
Now
Like
let me
you
ask
said.
you this. There's
Like,
one
people-
solid question here that needs to be
Yeah,
asked.
sure.
Who holds the keys?
So we talked about this a little bit before, right? So in my view, right, the idea, not your keys, not your Bitcoin,
Right.
is a flawed idea.
Okay.
And the reason it's a flawed idea is that if you want a revolution, but you're only going to allow people in who are tech savvy, who are comfortable with you know,
Technologies
technology
and-
and understanding what even the public key or private key is,
Right.
and how to store it and so on, then you're never going to get
You're
a
gonna
revolution.
limit yourself, right?
Exactly. So part of the reason why we are like stuck, right? We kind of had this excitement, we had adoption, millions of people joined in, and then we stalled. Why did we
Right.
stall? We couldn't cross the chasm. Why? Because we ran out of people who know how to do this stuff.
Right.
So the internet
It's
was the same
intimidating.
thing. The internet in the beginning,
Yeah.
young people don't remember that, but it used to be BBSs. You had to have a modem, and you dialed in, and you had to dial a different number for every different service.
Frickin' AOL.
Yes,
You know,
exactly.
I was around when
Exactly.
dial-up came out.
7.0.
So
Exactly.
600
And then
hours for
and then
free.
a web browser came in and said, forget about all of that. Here's one interface. You can get everything in one
Right.
place. Right? So we need the same thing. We need the web browsing equivalent.
it
in
needs
this
to
case,
evolve.
Yeah, well,
that
it's all
allows
about building
everybody
layers,
to
right? Like,
participate. So what Celsius created is effectively a wallet that basically says to anybody, you don't need to know anything. You don't need to know about keys. You don't need to know about anything. We will manage all that for you. Now we use BitGo as a custodian. We use a lot of different safety systems. You know, we never had a hack or anything. But you have to trust us that
Right.
we're acting in your best interest.
Right.
And we're doing that because, again, I'm not trying to help somebody who an expert and knows all of his keys and he manages all of his stuff and
Right.
he has cold storage wallets and everything else.
You're
I'm
trying to protect new people
I'm
coming
trying to
into the
protect
space.
new people because
Yeah.
if they come in and they burn out, that seed is not going to grow.
Exactly.
And that's what the problem we're
Exactly.
having today. So to get the next few 100 million people, you have to talk in their language.
Yes,
And their language is, I want to download an app, I want to log in, and if I forgot my password, I can
wanna
reset
click
my
yes,
password.
It's something we talk about on the show all the time.
It's
just
so
building
true.
those abstraction layers to make it easier for people to come in. And
Yes.
you walk into crypto right now, and what do you see? It's a wreck.
It's too
It's a
complicated.
wreck. And I know that there's solutions that are making it a little easier, but
It's just a little bit easier. It's not much easier.
Right.
you know, we've got a ways to go. It's
Yes.
it's like the internet. It was a mess, and then there was TCP, and
Yes.
then there was the HTTP, and it just revolutionized everything.
Yes.
It made it accessible, and it wasn't like you didn't.
And
have
we
to,
hid all that complexity with browsers and beautiful user interfaces and
exactly.
apps
Right.
and all that stuff.
because at the end of the day,
So it
blockchain
made
is
it
a data
easy
structure.
for the
It's
end
a
user.
technology,
Exactly.
right?
So
And
that-
that's
Built
what
upon it.
crypto needs to be. Is
That's what
crypto
crypto
needs
needs
to
to be.
become easier to use.
Yes. So we focused on, okay, how do we pay interest? But we also have a service called Self-Pay where, for example, you can take a little bit of your money and you can send it to anybody, even if they don't have a wallet, right? All you need to know is their email address or their SMS or their WhatsApp or whatever, right? So now you can share with anybody, right?
Okay.
And the best way to invite somebody to join your community
Exactly.
is to give them $2, $5.
Yes.
And that's a
Just
big
like with the
movement
Uber
with
drivers.
us.
So we talked to all
Right.
of our Uber
Exactly.
drivers, and we've got 3 of them are going to. We're going to get a hold of them after this conference. We're going to set wallets up, and we're going to send them their tip in
crypto.
So
Yeah.
I know, but the problem is that
exciting.
today, if I want to send you Litecoin, you have to go open a wallet first.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then I have to send you a test transaction. If you don't know what you're doing, that's it. We just
And then you're
we
done
got
there.
stuck right there.
Right.
Exactly. So
We need to
here-
make it more simplistic.
Here we're
Precisely.
onboarding people
Precisely.
without them knowing anything about anything. Because
Exactly.
we're hiding all of that away, right? So I just, again, I think we as a community, right, we need much more of that to scale.
Definitely.
And
I
if
love
we
it.
don't scale, there's going to be another technology that's going to come and replace us. It's not like we have all the time in the world.
No,
Right.
You know?
exactly.
Right.
So we gotta move. You know, the clock is ticking, and it's
Exactly.
ticking backwards.
Yes.
We're running out of time.
We are.
We are
Yes.
definitely.
Yes.
So-
and I understand you have to speak at 1, so it's 12:49.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna
we're
run.
gonna let you
Give you
go.
time to
Thanks for
Thank
having
you
me.
so much
and,
for
Thank you
coming
so
on.
much.
You guys are doing God's work. Keep it up, and
Awesome.
I'll send me a link. I'll push this out on my channel
Absolutely.
as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
man.
very
All right.
much.
We'd love to talk later and maybe follow up with a full podcast in the future.
Yep.
Thank
Have
you,
a
sir.
great day.
Have fun
Hey,
speaking.
and if it's not me,
All right,
Rafi's
guys, thank you so
always
much.
ready to jump in.
Oh, yeah,
Rafi,
we love
We're
Rafi.
having a
That
round
was
two with
fun.
Rafi. He's amazing. The
Yeah,
stories
he
we got
is.
from that guy.
We already
man.
reached out to him. I took a photo of you earlier, and I sent it to Rafi. I said, hey, you know this guy? So,
Sounds
Rafi,
good.
if you watch this, the
Thanks,
guy's
brother.
amazing. Thank you, sir.
Have a good one, Alex.
Have a great
See you
day.
around.
Wow, that
Guys,
was fun.
That was awesome. That
Yeah.
was a long time coming.
It was.
If you've ever paid attention to anything we've done on Twitter, you know that I've been itching to get an interview with Alex for a long time. So, Alex,
Right on.
You're the man. Rafi, you're the man for making this possible to begin with.
Celsius Network, check them out, man. Check them out.
Seriously.
I mean, realistically, yeah, they hold your keys, but you know what? If they're honestly working in our best interest and they have a proven track record of doing so, what's wrong with it, right? Especially for
Well,
newer
plus
people.
There's also technical thing, there's actual mechanisms in place to make
Right.
that more safe. you know,
But to
so it's
even
not
earn
focused.
interest on, compounded on top of your gains from the whatever token or coin that you're holding going up in value, still exists.
Yep.
So you're getting interest on your money basically. So I'm going to look deeper into it, and I might
Yeah,
end
I'll
up
show you the app
using
and
some of them.
everything.
Right?
So,
Yeah,
and
checking
each
it
token
out.
has a different interest rate. So some of the tokens, like Bitcoin, I think is 3 or 4%, and then every once in a while, some of the other tokens have higher interest rates. So I've seen them as high as like 9% sometimes.
Right.
Which is crazy.
Right.
9%? Are you
Guys,
kidding?
thank you all for joining. Thank you all for listening in. We really appreciate you supporting us. We're having the time of our lives out here in LA.
This is amazing.
Meeting so many new people, and you know what? The best part of this whole thing is, Ben. 90% of these people are self-funded. 90% of them have not done ICOs, and that just that just shows the dedication of the people to make this happen. So, kudos to this conference. This has been amazing, and we are having the time of our lives. So,
We got some
thank
more
you
coming
all
up.
for
Stay
supporting
tuned,
us
guys.
consistently. We love you all. We'll talk to you soon on the next one.
it easy.
Peace. That was good. Yeah, click that.